sorry, I had to. Okay, thank you.
Ooh, super, super excited to have everybody here. Really, really glad that we have everybody here. So please come back. We miss you. It's time for Glocal Hubs. Very interesting. Sound to be sure. If everyone can hear me. Okay.
You're breaking
How
up
about now?
just a little bit for me.
Better.
Better now?
Yes, loud and clear.
Much better.
Okay, I guess we would manage this until I can turn on my video. But welcome everyone. Welcome to our amazing session. Session like no other. in this in this learning festival. Just all right, sorry. Okay, excellent. So today's session is really interesting for me because it holds like a very special place in my heart because of it's a place where we want to, it's an invitation, you know, to everybody who is trying to learn about what Glocal Hubs is, what we are trying to achieve, and the entirety of it. And it's also an avenue for us to also showcase how we've been exploring this concept of Glocal, you know, as a community and as an organization. So I don't know if I'd not introduced myself earlier. So my name is Erioluwa Adeyinka. I'm currently joining from Lagos, Nigeria, and I'm a weaver of weavers with the Glocal Hubs. So I weave the Glocal Hubs efforts and also the core team here in Youth by Youth. But for the past 1 year, I've had to focus like a lot of my time on this concept of called Glocal. And this journey didn't just start now. It started way back as at 2022. Like immediately I joined Youth by Youth, you know, I started looking about and started exploring the question, how could we have more coalitions and unions of young people addressing the same issues that we are addressing virtually. So it's been a long time coming of learning and doing experimentations of going to countries that I didn't know anyone, you know, just really exploring things together and just really seeing how we can achieve so much when young people come together. So today, you'll be listening and hearing from young people who have created Glocal Hubs and explain what Glocal Hubs is in its full context. And also we would have a very short video that sums everything I'm going to see up in 1 minute. So in case you are someone who likes to yes, like, you know, there are different methods to actually just understand the concept of Glocal, right? But this Glocal Hubs or this idea of Glocal are just like locally led, youth-centered and community-centered, you know, so models or approach of young people, you know, and globally supported to address many systemic issues that we are facing in our communities. So I don't know if the tech people are willing to share the slides now so that we can start. But before we start, there's a bit of checking. I was just using that to ensure that we all like turn on our videos and people are coming back gradually. So there's a bit of checking that I want to lead us in. So, and it's a very simple question while we share the slides. If you were to describe community with the emojis that you have right now, like you're just using emojis in the chat, what does community mean to you, right? I mean, you have all the emojis, like hundreds of them, but if you were to use them to describe what community means to you, what would you describe it as in the chat? I like that, April. Kumu, I like that. That's giving a luta continua. Okay. And like in Nasasira, nice, and Adisa like that. It feels like union coming together.
Most important stuff.
All right. I like that, Pearl. Nice, Humphrey. Okay, nice. I like this, Colin. This is good. This is good. So let's just keep it coming. Then we will be able to. Excellent. So yes, the Glocal hubs, right? Also at any point, this is just like a very short message to Ela and everyone. In case my video is affecting my sound, please just let me know so I can turn it off. Right. So the Glocal hubs, within communities for collective liberation is what we're trying to do at the Glocal hubs by youth. And at the moment, we have 9 Glocal hubs. A big shout out to the Glocal hub weavers that are here. And if you're joining this call from any of the Glocal hubs or you attended any of our Glocal hubs, please let us know in the chat. Right. So we have 9 Glocal hubs in 6 countries. We have in Nigeria, we have in Uganda, Cameroon, South Africa, Kenya, and Tanzania. Next slide. Yes, I see the energy. Yeah, so we already explained this a bit at the opening ceremony, but we'll do that again and just go over it again for those who are just joining or who missed the opening ceremony. So we are a global community of youth activists and adult allies dedicated to the reimagination and transformation of education for collective liberation. Our goal, once again, is to accelerate the process of young people influencing, designing, transforming their learning experiences and education systems. What this means is that we have thought about different ways to accelerate the process of young people influencing, transforming, and designing. And one of the ways to put young people at the center of this transformation is the Glocal hubs, because our Glocal hubs are this youth-centered, youth-focused, and community-centered, experiences where we have young people actually transforming their education, basically. Next slide. Yes. So our Glocal hubs, our global vision, right? We have a global vision is to weave transformation through local communities, through collective youth-led actions. So in all of our Glocal hubs, in the 9 Glocal hubs we have right now, we have young people carrying out a lot of youth-led actions, community-centered actions, carrying out initiatives, thinking about solving problems systematically, doing a lot of stakeholder engagement, to weave this change, right? Sorry, excuse me about that. To weave this change and to do everything that they can do to bring solution, to these issues that are pertinent in their communities. And the goal of this is that we can contribute this to the global knowledge and evidence of youth power and education transformation. Many times it is the global conversations and the decisions that are made globally that comes locally. But right now, I want to see how we can contribute this local conversations to global conversations. That's why even the meetup started 10 days before the Learning Festival, because we want to see how we can involve local contributions to global conversations. Next slide. Yes, so the methodology is very simple also, just like for those who have been a part of the cafes, you'll be familiar with this methodology. If you've been part of any of our Youth by Youth program, you'll be familiar with this methodology. It's just basically what is, the what if, and the what now. And imagine if we had young people across communities exploring this what is, what if, what now as their own process to actually understand and make sense of the challenges their communities, to radically reimagine these challenges and doing that whole visioning and also building capacity for collective action. That's the same methodology that we are using across this current 9 hubs that we have in 6 countries to really, really solve these issues systemically. Yes, I mean, you all know all of our programs. The Glocal hubs is not any different. It's reinforcing all of this program. The annual learning festival, which is always the end and the beginning of anything, goes into the global action circle, the leadership, and the Glocal hubs. And all of these programs are mutually reinforcing one another. So this is not anything new out of the blue. It supports all of our programs, as you Yes, I mean, I already explained the local hubs. So, and the goal that what we are trying to do is creating systemic change in education. So these are like pictures from some of the meetups, in Lagos. I mean, if you can see yourself in these pictures, you can just let us know in the chat. You can put like the emojis, and just really rep your hub, right? Rep your hub. All right. Excellent. Yes. The very important thing and why I was sharing this slide and why I had to wait to this point before mentioning this is that ecosystem weaving is at the core of what we are doing at the Glocal Hubs, right? One thing that we realized was that, and that's why we call people who are weaving our Glocal Hubs weavers, because we are taking the concept of weavership into the Glocal Hubs. It feels like when people want to address the systemic solutions and the systemic problems and issues they face in their communities, they do not think in systems. They do not think about the ecosystem. They just want to, you just have a lot of passionate young people, adults, who just want to create the solution. So what the Glocal Hub is doing basically in these communities is to say, how can we create and connect and weave everybody in the ecosystem to address these issues. And that's why we have meetups. So these meetups serve as being this conversation that is not here, who is supposed to be addressing this issue that is not here, and actually identifying these stakeholders, bringing them together and coming up with solutions and actions together. So our weavers in these communities are not just bringing up any new idea or anything. They are mainly focused about weaving the ecosystem to bring about transformation in education. So ecosystem within is at the core of what we do. And these are the issues we are addressing with in these ecosystems, within these ecosystems around, unemployment, women empowerment, peace and education in all of these communities through ecosystem weaving. Next slide. So I mean, I've said a lot of things about the Glocal Hubs, and by now you should know some of the things that makes it unique. It's in person. Systemic change is what we are trying to achieve. So it's not just anything that you do in 6 months. It's more long term. How can we truly drive change? By weaving the ecosystem. So systemic change. We want young people to be weavers of their communities and drive systemic change. Real time reimagination and decolonizing systems. Like, for example, in South Africa, they are trying to decolonize the education there, that's what they're trying to achieve, to make sure that there is quality decolonized education is accessible to everybody. So they're trying to create equity and equality around decolonized education. So there are a lot of real-time change, real-time reimagination that is happening in these communities, as we speak, through our weavers, definitely. True, amazing river. Yeah, I mean, examples, of local hubs in action. Like I said, equitable access to decolonized education for children and youth in, the served communities is something that they're trying to, to achieve through different things. Their meetup is going to happen sometime next month, where they are also going to bring about these stakeholders to actually address this issue. So just, if you haven't signed up to our newsletter, please do, because the information will be there, and other information about Glocal Hubs too will be there. So this is the opportunity to again sign up to our newsletter and follow us on social media to get all of this information. Right. Next slide. Yes, also, this is also another example of the Glocal action, building capacity of teachers, as a way to transform education. We also, as a result of this, there was a teachers toolkit that was built, and this toolkit are being used, to support teachers, to just really continue to do a lot of work in transforming education in Lagos, Nigeria. Yes. So at this point, I would want us to stop sharing the slides. So because that forms like the basis and the introduction of what the Glocal Hubs is, and to also set the tone for the breakouts that we are going to have very soon. So those breakouts are going to be 3 breakouts that we are going to have. So we are going to have breakouts on peace. We are going to have breakout on employment and unemployment, unemployment basically, but basically employment. That's what we are trying to provide employment for people, right? Solving the problem of unemployment. So you most likely see unemployment or employment, in bracket. And the third one is going to be women empowerment. So the goal is that we are going to create these 3 breakouts, and you will join this 3 breakout to learn from our weavers, one, how they've been weaving around these challenges, Also, you would want to learn about how you can support, and also if it's something that, I mean, you might be thinking, okay, I like this Glocal Hubs idea. I would like to start one in my community. Just look at anyone that aligns with some of the prevailing or some of the challenges that are in your communities, and join and see how people have been doing that. So you would learn and you'll be able to give feedback, and see ways of supporting. But before we go to the breakout, which we're going to be opening soon, I want us to do another very big shout out. I see their faces here, to our weavers. So I'll call their hubs, and I just really want them to like just wave, just give the energy, because they've been really weaving. It's been for their own Kampala hub have been in existence for like over a year. For some it's been 5 months ago they started weaving this project. So I just really want us to take this time to just appreciate them, just if you can unmute yourself, to just really make that scream. And when I shout actives, we are doing this power up for these weavers who have taken their time to actually weave this amazing community. So activists!
Power up!
Power up!
Thank you so much. I wanted to do this. Just really say thank you so much for weaving this community locally, and for all of the effort and all of the partnerships, all of the pulling people together that you've been doing in your various jobs. So as people join your breakout, I want them to get this energy, to really know that you have taken time to really address these issues. I see their faces already. I don't want to. We have 18 names, so I'm not sure I have that to mention all of the 18. But you meet this wonderful people in this team about their learning question, the insights they got, the achievements, like challenges they've met on their way. So while we send I don't know if the video is right now so that we can share. There's a Glocal Hubs video I want us to watch. It's like a minute before we join the breakout. So yeah.
Steph, I think you have to unmute. We can't
If
hear
you
it.
need to share sound as well, if you just unshare and then reshare, just click at the bottom, share computer sound.
Just a moment.
Led efforts support. Years ago, we started meeting with young people in person, creating local experiences. Glocal. Local community-led efforts supported and nurtured by a global community where learning is intercultural and crosses borders. Meeting across different locations, languages, and cultures to have conversations about the future of education. These meetups created a platform for a deep sense of belonging, and a community emerged with the focus of creating community-centered solutions to local challenges. Today, we have planted the seeds of 9 local hubs in 6 countries to support youth activists in creating solutions to issues like peace, unemployment, women empowerment, and digital safety. Your support will provide resident young weavers with the training and resources and support local projects in action.
All right, thank you very much for sharing that video. So this is just to remind us again that if you want to support this Glocal Hubs, there are different ways to support. Join, if there's a Glocal Hub in your community, please join one. That's one way to support. Second way to support is to donate to these Glocal Hubs through our fundraising campaign, Unleashing the Power Within Youth, that is currently going on. So you can also donate to the Glocal Hubs. And also another thing is, if you have people in your community, or you have people in these countries and communities where you have local hubs. You can inform them about the local hubs or share the link to our donation so that they can support the young people in their community. Thank you very much as you join this breakout and you learn, and we'll come back for share back and see the amazing things our weavers have been doing. So room 1 is peace, room 2 is employment, and room 3 is women. So peace is peace, building peace through peace education, peace building, and you would really learn interesting things there, you know, about how people have been addressing peace from like war zones, refugee camps, even in the classrooms. You know, you would really learn a lot of things. Unemployment, you know, how we've been building tech skills, entrepreneurial skills, and soft skills, you know, in different communities. You will learn that also. And women, how we've been empowering women through digital safety. Shout out to that. And, you know, through climate change, through Wilson and Trevia. So please do well to join the subs and learn about the amazing things that we've been doing. And yeah.
And if you don't know how to choose your breakout room, just let us know and we'll put you in the breakout.